Alright, next is the anime tier list. Now, I've watched a lot more different shows in anime. Sunny Boy, dumb show, don't watch it. 12 episodes, fucks with your mind a little bit. Everybody's got psychic powers and whatever. They all get transported. I don't know what the fuck happened the whole show, so I guess either I'm just too dumb to get it, but I thought it was a dumb show. But I kept watching it because I was always intrigued. And I always thought that there was going to be some big twist that it all gets revealed. But then at the end, I was just confused at what happened. So, don't watch it. Unless you want that kind of mindfucky thing. Oh, heavy hitter right off the bat. Attack on Titan. I don't know if I want to put it in the best yet. I don't know how many I'm going to put in the best. But it's the best. It's just objectively the best anime. But this is my favorite, not the best. But Attack on Titan is the best one. If I'm ever recommending one to somebody who hasn't watched any, this is the first one. This is the one you watch. I mean, obviously, if anybody's into anime, they've watched Attack on Titan. It's the first one you go to. Every character's great. Every season is great. I thought the ending was pretty good. I know there's a little bit of controversy on the ending, but I liked it. So yeah, Attack on Titan is just the best. Watch it. If you haven't watched it already, I don't know how, but watch it. Angel Beats. Pretty good show. It's a good show. 12 episodes. Pretty quick. Really good music. Really interesting story. Everybody they've all died and they're in purgatory, kinda, and they have to pass on once they've accepted life. But it is a really good show. I wouldn't say it blew me away, but it's a good show. Like, it was really funny. Aoashi, A tier. This is so underrated. I love this show. I watched it before Blue Lock, and it's a great soccer show. You should, if you like sports anime at all, watch it, because it's so good. The main character is so charismatic, and everybody around him is good. It's a very character-driven story, as sports anime usually are, and it's great. It's great. You'll like these characters much more than Blue Lock. It's a lot more realistic than Blue Lock. Okay, a place further than the universe. I've realized that I don't like this genre of super wholesome, coming of age, high schoolers. Because that's what this is, and I know objectively this is a great show. Because I've seen the ratings on it, the reviews of it. That's why I've watched it. But I was bored the whole time. It's not as bad as Sunny Boy. It's a C. I was bored the whole time, and I think I just don't like this genre. Because this is supposed to be the best in the genre. And it just wasn't that good. Chainsaw Man. Overrated as shit. But still good. Is it better than Angel Beats? Yes, I like it better than Angel Beats. I think it's a really good show. I think Denji's annoying as shit. I think every character's annoying as shit, but all the powers are really interesting, and I like the fact that there's some overpowered people, and we haven't been revealed to like a lot yet. We don't know too much. It's really early on. It's only been 12 episodes, but it was fine. It was a fine introduction to the story. Code Geass. I really liked Code Geass. It's an A. I think objectively it's better than Aoashi, but I like Aoashi better. Code Geass is an A. The main character is great. Lelouch is an amazing character. I'll always love Lelouch. A lot of the other characters are annoying, but that's fine because Lelouch is the main character and you root for him the whole time, no matter what side he's on, because he switches sides a lot. But yeah, get ready for the greatest ending. I'm not going to spoil it because you should go watch it, but it's the greatest ending I've ever seen in any show ever, or movie. Maybe not movie, but greatest ending of all time. I love it so much. Kind of boring through like episodes, I don't know, 20 to 40. Start is amazing, 1 to 20, and then the ending is so good. It makes it so worth it to get through that part in the show. Cowboy Bebop. This is my first really controversial opinion, I think. But Cowboy Bebop is boring. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I liked one episode. One episode was funny. And that was when there was the fake cowboy, a Western cowboy in this episode, and he was hilarious. The rest of the time, I was asleep. I tried to watch it with Kevin, my good pal, and he thinks the same as me. It was boring. Spike's not that great. Jet's not that great. I don't remember. Faye's not that great. I don't remember the kid. Is it Ein? Or is that the dog? It may be the dog. But, yeah, not a good show to me. Great Pretender, on the other hand, S tier. This show is so good. And it's so different than all the rest of them. Fucking Ocean's 11 in anime. But you get to see many different heists in varying degrees of levels of what they're trying to do. There's revenge heists, and then there's just strictly get money heists, and it's always fucking over terrible people. So it's a great show. I highly recommend Great Pretender. New season came out. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm excited for it. I hope it doesn't ruin it, but the first 2 seasons were great. But yeah, Great Pretender, watch it. Baki Hanma. Here's what I love about Baki. They don't give a fuck about anyone. The show just wants to be what it is. They don't care what anyone has to say about it. It is just massive dudes fighting each other. There's barely a storyline. The one arc is literally a caveman gets unfrozen who fought, dinosaurs back in the day to eat. He ate T-Rexes, and now all the characters in the show are just trying to fight him. It's so dumb. It doesn't make any sense, but it's so funny and just a fun time. So I think I'm just going to put it in B because it just doesn't care. And it is what it is. And if you don't like it, you're going to hate it. But if you like it, you're going to like it. It's not going to be anyone's favorite show. I don't even remember the name of the show, but it's an F tier. Don't watch it. Okay, Mushoku Tensei. I haven't watched the newest shit yet. I don't know how many episodes are out. Maybe like 2 or 3 of the newest season. But I've watched season 1 and the first part of season 2, I believe. The one that came out last year. And it's really good. I think Mushoku Tensei is an S. It may go into the best, but right now I'm leaving it in S just to see what else is going in the best. I don't know how many I want to include in there, but it is so good. The world is so huge and so interesting. I want to know everything about it. I hate this 34-year-old man who's in the body of a 15-year-old or a 12-year-old. And some of the horny comments that happen are just, it's too much at times. But if you can get past that, it's a great show. And I think the second season does a lot better. A lot better of a job to ignore that this is a 34-year-old man in a kid's body being reincarnated. I wish that the show was just he's a kid. You know, like it's just the life of this kid. Because then it wouldn't be weird, the comments that he's making at 12 to 15 about his friends and the girls around him. But it's weird that he's a 34-year-old man with this mind, you know? But yeah, if you can get past that, it's a great show. Everything else about it is great. The world building is top notch. There's nothing better. Oh, is that Skate the Infinity? This is a great show. Yeah, I think it's an A. Probably at the bottom of A. Love all the characters. They're all great. And the story is really good. And the finale is so good. I love the final skate off between Snow is his skateboard name. Langa, yeah, and versus Adam, and then they get into flow state. Oh yeah, I loved that skate off. That was great. I think it's an A. World Trigger, super underrated. I feel like everybody either shits on this show or just hasn't watched it, you know? But I really liked it. I think it's A. I think it's bottom of A. I think Skate the Infinity is better. The characters, and I'm a huge character guy. I need my characters to... The story can be shit, but as long as there's a nice character who I like and I can root for, character that I can root against, and a few of those sprinkled in on varying degrees, I'm good. I need the good characters. And that involves a lot of slow moments, so the story lacks. But this episode, this show, has, I think, over 100 episodes. Really good. It builds the characters, and I like it a lot. The story's kind of whatever, but the characters, going through any story, I'll enjoy it. And I think everybody should at least give this one a try, because it's really good. Alright, Steins Gate. I really liked Steins Gate. Not on the level that everyone else does. I think it's overrated. I think Steins Gate is overrated, but still very good. I don't really like any of the characters. I think I like Kurasu the best. Kurasu? Because I don't know, I thought it was a good story. I thought it wrapped up well, and I thought it made a lot of sense. And Okabe's interesting, and they did a lot of interesting things, but I don't know. It was flat for me. It was very flat, very slow. And the characters didn't do it all that well for me. So, Kaiji, on the other hand, okay. I'm putting Kaiji and Steins Gate at the same level. But I'm gonna talk good about Kaiji because it's underrated. So, you always talk about the shows in whatever light the public gives them, and then your opinion on that public opinion. So Steins Gate, although I still really liked it. I still liked it as a B. It's a very 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 kind of show. But because everybody raves about it and that it's amazing, I gotta bring that down a notch. Kaiji, on the other hand, either hates on it or says it's mid or whatever. But I loved Kaiji. I thought that was great. But yeah, Kaiji is about a gambler who gambles his life away, and Trish tries to continue to get out of the spots he's put himself in by gambling. And then there's moments where he gets out, and then he goes right back down, and then he gets out again by being a really smart gambler, and then he loses again. It's a really good roller coaster, and I both love and hate him, and I both love and hate the main villain guy in the back there, the one he's always gambling against. Tokyo Revengers. This show is weird because I really didn't like it for the first season, but I watched it with Uli and Delapo. I don't know if Delapo's still here, but I had to defend this show all the time to him and Uli because it wasn't that bad. They were talking about it, how it's so bad, and they hated the main character, which is true. The main character is a little bitch and a crybaby, and I didn't like him at all. The first season is like a 6 out of 10. It's not very good, I didn't think. But when Hanagaki gets past his fucking I'm a loser and I'm a crybaby, but I'm gonna keep trying. And he actually just eases into his role as, okay, I don't need to fight everybody, or I can do my fighting in a different way. And he becomes a much more likable character later on in the second season and the third season. I really liked this season that is shown here. I think it's so good. I'm gonna put it in A because of how I feel about the show now and how it's gotten better as it goes on. I don't know how it's gonna end. I hope it ends well, but this season ended beautifully. I liked it a lot, and I think it ends up in an A for me because I'm excited for the next show. Okay, Dororo. This is the most good show I can think of. It's just good. I don't remember much about it. It's the least memorable show I can say. I remember Sunny Boy way more than I remember Dororo, because I just was hating every moment of Sunny Boy. Whereas Dororo, I just enjoyed my time watching and enjoyed the ending and enjoyed all of it. It's just a very B tier show. Fate Zero, S tier. So good. Oh, I love Fate Zero. Just the idea behind it is so interesting, of this class of humans, basically mages essentially, are able to summon past heroes from the past in different classes, like the fighter, the rider, and then they fight in a war that only ends when everybody's dead, and then you win your one wish. It's so good and it ends great. It's a little mind fucky as well, but if you can sit with it, it's really good. Promised Neverland is the top of A. Season 1, the best. Season 2, F. What do I do with that? Season 1 is one of my favorite seasons of all time. I loved the show. I was so excited for season 2. And it was so bad. Oh, I hated it so much. It was the biggest letdown I've ever had in any show ever. With that being said, I'm going to rank it with both of those things in mind. But season 1 is so good, and I recommend you watch season 1 and then picture it as the end. Just make up your own ending, because it'll be better than what they did. Moriarty the Patriot? So it's the classic story of Sherlock Holmes, catching the criminal Moriarty. But we see this one from the point of view of Moriarty. So it gives us an interesting take on the Sherlock Holmes story. And you kind of root for the bad guy in this one, honestly. I'm rooting for Moriarty the whole time. Whereas when I watched Sherlock Holmes, I was rooting for Sherlock the whole time. So it gives you an interesting perspective on the story, and I really liked it. But with that being said, I think it's better than Kaiji. I think Steins Gate's a better show. Run with the Wind. Oh, one of my favorites. Where are we putting it? Above Awashi? Yeah, above Promised Neverland. It's the top of A. I know what it sounds like. It's a running anime. It's about running. Cross country, baby. It sounds so boring, but it's so good. I love this show. I don't even know how to describe it. It is so... I love all the characters so much. Maybe it is S. You might have convinced me. I think it's an S. I'm putting it in S. I love it so much. It's right there. Highly recommend this one if you like sports anime. Okay, Ranking of Kings. I'm gonna plow through a couple of these that aren't that interesting. I think it's a really good show. I think it's better than Chainsaw Man, but I think these shows are more interesting. I think Ranking of Kings is a good show, but it's kind of boring by the end. Kind of overstays its welcome almost. We'll see what season 2 does, but These shows are better packages. Akudama Drive, D, don't watch it. It's bad. It's a bad heist show. Great Pretender is a way better heist show. ReZero. So this one I haven't finished yet. I finished season 1 and I'm really liking season 1. So I'm going to put it in top of B just because I want to see where season 2 goes. But I can see it going up or down based on how season 2 and 3 go. Record of Ragnarok. I'm going to put... This show has terrible ratings. 6.8. Okay, that's not terrible. I thought it was worse than that. But man, I like this show. It's an A for me. It's something about the heroes of the past fighting is so interesting to me. So basically what this is just gods fighting humans. And if the humans win in a best of 11, the humans get to stay on Earth and the gods don't kill everybody. So it's all about all the god mythologies versus all the human mythology, or just all the humans from the past. So like, for example, one fight is Adam, the first human, versus Zeus. And it's just, they fight. And that's it. I like shows that don't try and be more than what they are. Just have good fights, have good animations, have interesting concepts for those characters, and then leave it to tell its own story. Like Baki and Record of Ragnarok. A lot of fighting anime try to bake in too much story that I just like when they're just fight. It's Noblesse. This is a meh show. Worse than Cowboy Bebop. Whatever. Don't watch it. It's not a good show. Probably a D, honestly. Maybe top of D. Hunter x Hunter. The best. Period. Done. The best show ever. Or the best anime ever done. All the characters are awesome. You either hate them, or you love to hate them, or you love them. Killua was such a good character. Gon's a great main character. Kurapika's awesome. Leorio's whatever, but he had some comedic value. You love all the villains. Every other show, you hate the villains. But in this show, it's like, I love the villains. King Meruem, you kind of just like understand. You like him, but you also want him to lose. It's weird because all the villains are like that. All the spiders, everyone loves the spiders. And they're the villains. They fucked over Kurapika, one of the main characters. It's why do we like them so much? Hisoka is one of the most hated but loved characters ever. He's just ambiguous. He does whatever he wants. He's either a villain or a hero at times. He works with them and he works against them. Every character is just so interesting, and it's the best show. It's the best anime ever made. Jujutsu Kaisen, S for right now, because I haven't watched season 2. Season 1, banger. So good. I just watched it again. I rewatched it with my little brother. It's so good. I loved it. I need to watch season 2 before I can put it in the best, but I hope it hits just as hard. Remake Our Life is good. It's whatever. It's a interesting show. I think it's worse than all these. Haikyuu, the best. It's below Attack on Titan. The best sports anime, the GOAT. Watch it. It's first. You'll love every character. You'll love all the teams they play against. It's the most hyped I've ever been for volleyball. It's amazing. Can't recommend it enough. Go watch it. Death Note, the best. 4th best though. Battle of the Minds between L and Light. And okay, the stories, Death Note, are what you go for. You go for the story of it. If you want characters, Haikyuu. That's why I have Haikyuu over Death Note, just because I'm more of a character guy. And that's why Hunter x Hunter's over Attack on Titan, because I'm more of a character guy. Death Note is great. Watch it. Everybody that watches anime watches it. If you haven't, then go watch it now and you'll understand. I don't want to say anything without spoiling it, because literally anything's a spoiler with Death Note. but it's just a battle of wits. Okay, Durarara, very underrated. I think maybe it's properly rated, but I think it's better than a lot of these. Worse than Skate. It's a really interesting story about gangs in Tokyo, and it's crazy, and you don't know what the fuck's going on till the end, but the payoff at the end is worth it, and then it all clicks and all the characters come together because it kind of has 5 different stories going on at the same time, and then it all comes together at the end, and it's great ending, great payoff. Soul Eater would have been great when I was, maybe if I watched it when I was like 15, 16. But it's a little immature now, but it's still a really good show. I mean, I liked it. Black Star is one of my favorite characters. It's really funny and good fights. Itadin Deities, Only No Peace, kind of a shitty show. I don't have much to say about it. High Rise Invasion, also, it's the top of C tier. I don't have much to say about it. Darwin's Game, same thing. They're whatever, 12 episodes. Haven't finished yet, barely started. So I'll put them there. Talentless Nana. I want season 2 so bad for this show. Where would it go? Just because season 2 hasn't come out yet, it goes here. But I'm so intrigued. Basically, what it is a one person goes into this school of talented humans. So they all have superpowers of some kind. And the person that goes in is a talentless human. And it's basically revealed after the first episode that she's there to kill all of them. Sneakily and humanely. Because the human race doesn't want to have any more of these talented people, because they're a threat to non-talented people, basically. It's really interesting. It feels like Among Us, the anime, and it's really good. Bungo's Stray Dogs, great show. Kind of everybody has a talent kind of thing, and they fight each other. I don't know, it's not like the greatest, but I think, yeah, it's definitely just a really solid watch. Nobody ever will watch it and say it's bad. I think everybody will like this show. Food Wars, S. Below that one. Below that one. Ooh. No, above Mushoku Tensei. I love Food Wars. Oh. It has better, more hype, like, scenes than half of these fighting animes. And it's just them cooking food. It's so funny. It's so good. If you can get past the horniness of it, because it's pretty terrible for that. But if you can get past that, it's so good. Soma's one of my favorite characters, the main character. He's great. I'm rooting for him the whole time. Okay, My Hero Academia. I don't even know how to rank this one. It has such great highs and such terrible arcs. The highs are like 9 out of 10, and then the lows are like 4 out of 10. So I'm gonna put it in B. I hate Deku, first of all. He's the main character, so I'm not rooting for him, I'm rooting for everybody else. But yeah, has amazing moments, but terrible other moments. So I don't. If we're putting it in B, and that's where it's gonna stay. 86. Don't watch it. It's lame. Yeah. Don't watch it. These ones you could watch because maybe they're for you. I didn't like 86 at all. It was kind of boring the whole way through. It's kind of like a show trying to be interesting rather than just being interesting. Blue Period. Really good show. Uli put me on it. And I think it's the top of B tier. It's about a guy who quits being a, I don't know, heathen to pursue art school that he never thought he could pursue because people put him down his whole life. And now he's got to turn it around because he really wants to go to art school now, and somebody's inspired him. It's a really heartfelt story, and you get behind this guy trying to get to art school. Somali and the Forest Spirit. It was a good show, honestly. But I wouldn't. Yeah, it was a good show. I put it with Dororo. They're kind of the same thing. I just enjoyed the whole thing. Very cute. This golem takes in this little girl because she's lost. His whole life is based on protecting the forest, and now he's protecting a human, which are their enemies because humans destroy the forest, and he learns that not all humans are bad, kind of thing. And yeah, it's a good story. This is the best thing about Death Parade. I love this song. It's so good. But the show overall was whatever. I don't know. I get the appeal, but I thought that it's one of the shows again that it doesn't make sense until the end, and then the payoff isn't that great. But I think it's a B. Maybe better than all these. Better than Ranking of Kings. Better than those. Yeah, probably around Steins Gate. But my favorite part is this this song. Kaguya-sama Love is War, A tier. Great. It's one of the only shows of this like high school coming of age kind of story. And it's because the characters are all great. I'm rooting for them always. The premise of the show is there are two people who are in love with each other, but they don't want to tell each other because both their theories are is they're the first person to tell the other that they love them, that they lose in the relationship. And they spend their entire lives trying to get the other one to say it, while also being tormented by that idea. Vivi, overrated as fuck. C tier. I can't get behind a robot. I don't care about the robot. If it was a human main character, maybe I'd feel for it. But the idea that this robot's having these emotions is... I don't know. I can't do it. Fuck the robot. Music, it's banging. Great soundtrack. Devil is a part-timer. Also overrated as shit. I am a hater, Eddie. I am a hater. This goes down here. Yeah, right there. Maybe even there. Devil Part-Timer, also really overrated for honestly the similar reason. It's like, oh, this super evil character gets teleported to Earth, and now in his quest to get back to his world that he ruled as a fucking dictator, the demon lord himself, he just works at a McDonald's and is a nice guy. I was like, how am I supposed to care about this guy? If it's fucking the demon lord himself. Devilman Crybaby. Fucking terrible. I hated this show. I don't know why I finished it. It wasn't fun, one. When it's not fun, that means it needs to hit you in some other way. They spent their entire time just trying to shock you into feeling things. It was just, oh, here, let me just show this nightclub and everybody's naked, and then all of a sudden one person turns into a devil and they just start eating people, and then that turns somebody else into a devil, and then they can run really fast with their knuckles hitting the ground, and the whole thing that surrounds it is like this track meet. And I don't get it. They were just trying to shock you into liking it the whole time. It reminded me of like a horror movie where its only shtick is to scare you, and that makes you feel things. But if you're not into that kind of thing, then it's just not gonna be good. God of High School is bad, but maybe season 2 makes it better. Just fighting anime, that meh. Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress, also terrible. Probably a D. Sword Art Online. Honestly, this show is overhated because it has some terrible moments. I kind of liked it. I think it's a B tier show. Sword Art Online is a B tier show. First season was great. I liked Gun Gale. And I liked the end of Alicization. Everything else can go in the trash. Anohana was a really good show. I thought it was really cute. It was sad but heartfelt because it was these friends coming back together again who were drifted apart because of the death of the glue in the group. B is where it goes. Hell's Paradise is gonna start in A. And it's gonna start maybe here. The first season was amazing, but I'm hesitant to put it more because there's a lot that they could fuck up still. There's only 13 episodes out, and I enjoyed every minute of every episode. I highly recommend it if you liked Jujutsu Kaisen, if you liked Chainsaw Man, if you liked any of those shows, the new shonen. This was a really good show, but it just came out, the first season, so I'm waiting for more, but I'm excited for more, so I'm gonna leave it in A. Dr. Stone is a really fun show. I like every time there's a Dr. Stone season. I'm in for that. I think it's an A tier. I think it's above Hell's Paradise. It has some slow moments, but I'm just having fun the whole time. So that's the first test for me. If I'm having fun, then it doesn't need more. But sometimes shows give you more. If it's not fun, first of all, like Attack on Titan isn't really fun, I would say. It has to give you something else. And I think Attack on Titan does that really well, where it gives you an intriguing story, characters that you like, a plot line that you have to think about, but also easy to follow. Whereas some shows don't give you anything more beyond, oh, here's an interesting concept and a weird storyline. Now try and follow it, and we'll tell you at the end. And if the payoff's not good, then it's not a good show. But Dr. Stone is, I'm just having fun the whole time. I don't need anything else. I'm having fun. Bison Wolf, this is the old one. I watched the old one. I didn't like it. I get the appeal, but I didn't like it. I thought it was really slow. It was, again, weird that this wolf goddess is falling in love with this human, and they tried to make her a human while not making her a human. It just felt a little weird that I couldn't get behind their relationship. I loved all of the merchant parts. When he was doing his merchanting, that was cool. Gurren Lagann, S tier. Fuck yeah, Gurren Lagann. I love it. Oh, I can't say much about this because I'll spoil it. It's almost like two parts. There's the first part, and if you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. There's the first part where you get to know all the characters and you love it. And then a thing happens, and then it's all about dealing with the thing that happened. And it's so real and raw, and then there's this massive scope behind it about saving the earth. Fate Stay Night, I think is a B. It's not near as good as Fate Zero. Fate Zero is so good. And then Fate Stay Night is the next story, but it's just more boring. Yeah, not as interesting things happen. People that they summon from the past are not as interesting in this one, but still that same idea is just a really interesting idea, and will always be an interesting idea. Your Lie in April. The best. This is a show you just won't get over. Like I want to watch this one again because it's been so long. But it's one where it builds this whole storyline around these four characters that you grow to love them. It's the best. Your Lie in April is so good. It'll make you feel things. It'll make you laugh. It's great. Mob Psycho. The best. Number 5. No. Number 3. Mob Psycho is where it's at. Season 1, banger, 10 out of 10. Season 2, even better, 10 out of 10. Season 3, started out a little slow, but then finished with a 10 out of 10. I love Mob. He is one of my favorite characters. I will always love him, always root for him. He's the best. Watch the show for Mob alone. Yeah, I agree, season 3 fell off, but the ending was good. I liked the ending. It was a good way to finish it all off. Banana Fish. Here's what I didn't like about Banana Fish. They literally just went, how edgy can we be? And they just went to an extreme of edginess at all times, just for the sake of it. And it didn't make sense a lot of the time. Made in Abyss is S tier. Above Run with the Wind. Made in Abyss, super good world building. You just want to know more and more and more and more about what they do, and you're rooting for these kids who go on an adventure down the abyss, and they just keep getting fucked over by random things, and you just want them to succeed. They meet some hardships and you feel for them. The second season is really weird, but it was good. It was a good weird. I recommend. Watch it. Erased is awesome. Top of A. I think this is my favorite 12 episode show. You figure out the story, but at the right time. So a lot of shows can be too predictable too early, or hold on to their cards too late. And Erased it makes you feel smart for figuring out where the twist is coming, and they do that twist, but then they do another twist on top of that to still give you that twist feeling. And I think it's done really well, and a great story in 12 episodes. Great Teacher Onizuka is a solid B tier show. It's really funny. If you can get past, tries to pick up students for like one episode, and then beyond that, like the next episodes, he's fine. So I don't know what they were trying to do with the first episode. It was really weird. The whole point he became a teacher was so he could hit on high school girls. I don't know why. But then he turns into a really good teacher, and you grow with him and his students. I don't know what this one's called. It was about Rakugo. And I don't know, it was just boring. It was really artistic, if you're into artistic things. I think it was a fine idea, but I don't know. I was bored the whole time. Ping Pong. A tier. Right there. If the animation was good, S tier. The story's awesome. The animation brings it down a whole level. I can't get over it. Defending it to a false. It's like they know the story is S tier, but for some reason they can't admit that the art is bad. Magi, fucking dumb. Magi did what I hate sometimes about anime. Increase the scope of the world. And there's this really overpowered guy, or couple of guys, and there's this really overpowered villain. And then in the middle of it is these main characters who have to grow their power. And somehow they grow their power to be on the same level as these massively overpowered, at the beginning of the show, characters. And it just doesn't make sense a lot of time. Also, they do these huge, grandiose battle scenes between nations. Large battle scenes, it's just talking. Instead of just showing a battle, they gotta talk about the battle the whole time. In these wars that they had, nobody died. Not a single person died. And so I didn't like that about the show at all. Tower of God. S tier. I want season 2 of Tower of God so bad. It was the first anime that I watched. The world is so cool. This tower that they're climbing, and the characters are all great, and they learn how to use their powers. And I'm sure much more will be revealed because I've only watched 12 episodes. So I guess this one's the highest 12 episode now. One Punch Man. S tier. So funny. So good. It's another one of those shows that just doesn't care. It doesn't care what you think of it. It's going to be what it is. And I like that. Blue Lock. One above Aoashi. Because its story is so much more intriguing. And I do like a lot of the characters. But Aoashi's characters are superior. But Blue Lock is such an interesting concept. It's like a battle royale of soccer. The animation's great. They do it right. You do enjoy the characters. You root for the certain ones. I love King Baru, Bachira. Yeah, great show. Highly recommend. Sports anime. It's a different kind of sports anime than the other ones, where the other ones are more focused on like team building. Blue Lock is kind of every man for themselves and growing as an individual rather than a team. Demon Slayer, I think, deserves its place in S tier. I used to hate on this show a little bit, and I used to say, oh, it's overrated because it's so popular, but I'm gonna watch every season. I'm gonna enjoy every season. I'm gonna enjoy all the fights. I'm gonna enjoy all the new powers and the new demons that come out and what they do. Whenever a new demon is revealed, it's so interesting. Mugen Train arc is my favorite. The Rengoku arc gave the show stakes. All you need is one good moment of bad thing happening and then the entire show has stakes, even if it never happens again. And the animation it's the best animated show. Like, the animation is the best. There's no show that does it better. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is in the best. Number 4. Yeah, this story had me hooked. Hooked from day one. I was in. The story and the philosophies behind the characters in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood are so good. I mean, there's a reason it's been number 1 on Mal forever. No Game No Life is dog shit. Fuck that show. It's horny for being horny's sake. There's no reason for it ever. It's this brother and sister that are way too close to each other. Just weirded me out the whole time. And the idea's cool, where all decisions are made by games and whatever, but I can't get past it. Silver Spoon, the most underrated show. This is an S tier show. Where does it go though? Above Made in Abyss by 1. Love this main character so much. All the show is about is this high school kid, or this middle school kid, chooses to go to a farm high school because he's tired of the city lifestyle and he needs something different to get out of his funk. And he hates his dad and blah blah blah. You grow with them, you learn with them. It's a coming of age story that for some reason hits with me. But yeah, they go to a farm school and it's awesome and it's funny. And you should watch it. I highly recommend. You'll love it, all of it. Parasite, very good show. A tier, right there, below Ping Pong. Below Durarara. Yeah, right there. I like Parasite a lot. I think it's just a really solid show that goes a little bit extra than solid. It's close to like a slasher thriller than that anime gets. You know, it's this guy who's been taken over by a parasite, and he's always hunted by these other parasites who are taking over Earth, and he's got to fight them all. And it's an interesting story. I like it. Yu Yu Hakusho, all about the characters, so I like it. I think I'm going to put it near the bottom of A tier. I love the characters. It's got a bunch of different arcs. It's over 100 episodes long. It's one of the only shows that I've started that is over 100 episodes. because it's the same maker or same mangaka as Hunter x Hunter, and he just writes fantastic characters. He just gets me. I love the characters in Yu Yu Hakusho, but the stories behind it are so whatever. I don't care. Salaryman's Club, the badminton anime. I love sports anime so much. It's my favorite genre, I think. And it's a solid show. I'll put it with Dororo and yeah, Somali. It's a good show. I liked it. It's a good show. Super Crooks, really bad, really boring, bad ending payoff. They tried to do heists, but with powers, like they had powered humans as well. A lot of them are heroes, but these guys decided to use their powers for heists, and it's lame. Watch Great Pretender instead. Much more fun. Tatami Galaxy, really interesting, but I hated it. Not for me. Anyone else can watch it, and I'm sure they'd really like it, but I hated it. Wonder Egg Priority, dog shit. F. That special movie episode was an hour of recap, and then they gave you like 20 minutes of a new episode, and then it didn't wrap up anything, and it's super weird, and I don't like the characters really, and I hated it. The lowest of the low. Worst show. Don't watch it. Okay, last one, Vinland Saga number 2. Second best anime ever made, Vinland Saga. Because they mastered 2 separate things with the same character. The first season is all about this guy who lost his dad trying to get revenge on the guy who made him lose his dad. And then he grows to be a killer and becomes just like him. He does exactly the same things, and he becomes the same guy that Askeladd is. And then Askeladd actually has much more depth, and that's revealed through the rest of the season. And then the finale of season 1 just blew me away. I loved it so much. And then season 2 comes around, and it says, no more fighting. I'm gonna be a farmer. So now it's all about this personal struggle to get beyond his need for revenge. Now that he's got beyond his need for revenge, he now needs to live with all of the things that he's done, all the people that he's killed for no reason, all the villages that he raised. And I think Prince Canute becomes a really interesting character in second season, because he's more of a the ends justify the means kind of guy. So he's willing to do a lot of things to create a good world, whereas the main character Thorfinn is not. He's saying if you're gonna do bad things to get a good result, then it's not a good result, and then they kind of have to live with that. And yeah, it's a great show. I highly recommend it. Let me do some rejigging here. I think Mob Psycho's 4. I think 3. No. Okay, Full Metal Alchemist is there. Attack on Titan's 3. That final season did it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I am changing my mind. Jujutsu Kaisen's going up there. Gurren Lagann's better than no, that's good. That's good there. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, rest is pretty good. So there's my tier list. Right. Oh, jeez, I gotta back up one more. There's my anime tier list.